Oh, you know what? Let's see. Feels so bright. Mess around here. 6. Then we'll crank this up. Probably the best we got. I'll be looking here. I think I would like. Perfect. And we need to make sure the YouTube stream is looking okay. Perfect. All right, let's get today's workout on the screen. Week 5. What did we hit? I think we did this. Was it sets of 4? We did 3 sets of 9 on Saturday. Make sure I got the right one. Looks like this is the right one. So today is a top set of 3 at 295. Back off and then reset. What we got for today? Sipping on a little bit of coffee here because the pre-workout was not enough. We'll be back in 1 second. We are all ready to go. We're just waiting for our Spotify to work. Some motivation. Alright, let's do this. We got our warm-up weight on. Nice 205. Elbow has still been a little bit irritable after feeling like it was pretty good. The good thing is we made it to our deload week, right? So we didn't have to really adjust our working weights for last block. And we made it to the deload. Relative drop in intensity, relative drop in, volume. So I suspect that once the deload finishes up, and then I also have that lighter week next week, the elbow will be, completely gone. So that's the benefit of having like planned deloads. If you think you can sort of wait it out until the end of a block, then you might notice once that deload rolls around and you finish that up, that all the little aches and pains are gone. I would say that's part of the deload and why it's smart to have a deload. So I'll just focus on recovery type stuff. All the workouts will be pretty lighter, or much lighter, pretty easy, and then we should just be able to hit the ground running again next week as planned. All right, we're 225 now. We're nice and even here. So the goal is we're gonna do this deload workout, and then we might. Well, we're not. It's not a might. We're for sure, because I said I was gonna do it over the weekend, and I didn't get around to doing it. We're either gonna play some Final Fantasy 14, and sort of like get back into it, catch up on the story. I think I played a little bit yesterday, and I needed to get my eye level up to 605 in order to progress through the story. So we're gonna do like the daily duties, either that or it's gonna be Star Ocean, or if we're feeling really spicy, it'll just be both. We'll get the duties done and then we'll swap over. workout and then some gaming. Definitely a long overdue gaming stream sesh. Ricky, welcome in. I appreciate that. Nah, you're a hunk. No, you are. Thanks for the kind words. We're working on it. And thanks for the follow. Really appreciate that. Welcome in for all things fitness, powerlifting, rehab, pain, injury related, and the combination of all those. So, training and pain. I like to highlight those things, especially like if I'm dealing with them and how I go about managing that while still making sure I'm making good progress or I'm at least maintaining my current fitness levels. Because it'll happen at some point, most likely. But there are strategies that you can use that I think are better than others. Rest would not be the answer in most cases. The occasional game stream, occasional gaming, showing off that there can be a balance between healthy behaviors and maybe pastimes that you just enjoy. All right, let's see here. Appreciate this kind of content, big biceps, bro. Well, thank you. We're glad to have you in then. Enjoy being a part of the community. I think we're all just pretty chill here. So last block was really awesome. Like I said, bench started off not feeling too great, but then we ended up managing some rep PRs on that week 4. We showed up on week 4. We showed up on week 4 for bench, and we also showed up for deadlift. Because I actually thought that for the first time in quite a few blocks, my deadlift was like the performance was not going to be as good. But week 4, which was just Sunday, we hit 595 for 4, and that was 10 pounds up from the last time I ran a block with sets of 4, which was only 4 months ago. So if I can increase my 4 RM roughly every 4 months, that's 30 pounds on my 4 rep max in a year. That's amazing. Like, I'm not asking for anything more than that at this point. So that was really good, and that was, like I said, on a block that seemed like objectively, from a performance standpoint, was not going to go as good as it did. But we showed up last week. Deserve a sub? Well, I mean, I'm biased. I would like to think I do. But, you know, never any pressures. I do this, you know, for fun, enjoyment, get some exposure, of course. Oh, you're dual streaming. But my message shows up on stream here. Yes, and I wish I knew how to stop that, because I think with the new stipulations, you're not supposed to combine the chat, but on OBS or on Streamlabs, I don't know how to stop that. But yeah, I'm dual streaming. I need to figure that out. I tried messing with the settings on Streamlabs, but I can't find it. And I'd like to do the dual stream on Streamlabs because I paid for the sub. So I definitely don't want to waste it. I could just take off the where it shows up the chat on the screen. I'm not sure. But good to see you in, Arcan. I think we might play some Final Fantasy 14 after this. Well, like I said, Ricky, certainly no pressures at all. We're doing this for fun. We're doing this to help spread good information. But, of course, with what we do get, we're just going to try to improve the experience over time. You know, get some new pieces for the home gym. And then also decorating, lighting, whatever. But you being here is also just perfect. It is good enough. Alright, so we're going to load up. That was 245. We're going to put 265 on. I'm definitely glad they sort of lifted those restrictions on dual streaming. But all of the gaming will just be on Twitch exclusively. I won't dual stream the gaming stuff because I think the workout stuff, like that, matches what I created the YouTube for. So there, of course, is some exclusive stuff that's just gonna be on Twitch. Chest and biceps flexing for sub? Dang. Gotta let me get a pump first. To be honest, there are definitely people like in the Twitch community that are more muscular or more ripped than I am. Here it's about you know, lifting a lot of weights, getting strong, big legs too. Yeah, I definitely have came like a long way from where I started. Definitely on in terms of legs. How tall am I? Well, see, that's where you got me because I'm only 5'8", so 5'8", about usually about 190 to 195 is my body weight. Well, I mean, if you want to get us up, then it should be there. The butt should definitely be there. I don't think it should be should have any issues with it. Alright, so this is 287. Our top set is just a little bit higher than this, so we're just gonna go up to that. I can't load exactly 295, so since it's deload, we will just go a little lighter. Go with 292. Make sure this doesn't fall off. Ugh. I'm so big? Well, I mean, I appreciate that, but there are definitely people out there that are a lot bigger. Just your average dude, just trying to, you know, better myself. And spread good information, positivity. Actually, they look really good down here. I've never really like flexed my quads. This lighting might be kind of nasty. Might be good for posing if you get in the right angle. Alright, so this is top set material here. So 292 for 3. Should be very easy. Go, baby, come on. actually a little bit harder than I thought. Or that I was expecting for today. It's okay though. Low motivation going into today's stream. We're definitely much later than we usually are, but that's okay. Oh, abs, yeah. What abs? We definitely don't have no ripped six-pack. Not Tyler the best at working out. I would say, you know, there's obviously some advantages from strength standpoint to being shorter, right? You're not moving the weight as far, but there are also a lot of really good lifters that are, you know, super tall too. So, you know, genetics are an interesting thing if we were talking about, you know, stuff you're born with. So you could have genetics just be super strong, but also tall. I mean, abs, like, those are not really abs. That's like my Ninja Turtle shell right there. We are working on leaning up a bit, but that's definitely not a six-pack right there. Alright, so next we have a set of 3 at 250. Chest, I would say probably pretty good on the chest department. Man, Arcan, we tried doing some Final Fantasy 14 story yesterday, but I got eye level gated. I had to be like 605 eye level to continue the story, I think. So we did our duties for our daily rewards yesterday. I'm gonna try to keep cranking it out. I think I'm at like 601. And I think I can spam one of the dungeons for accessories that are 605, and that might help. But I think I'll need a couple tombstone pieces. If you're still around. Ricky, I appreciate the sub. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. All right. I mean, this workout is definitely, you know, pretty chill. At 292, I mean, it was harder than I thought it was gonna be, but by no means was it like even close to max effort. Now we got 250 for 3. Should be easy. I think I was repping that out on Feet Up last week. Keep the muscles and joints moving, but you know, for the most part, recovering. Start another block next week. Nice and easy. Show and flex biceps. Well, you see, I'm not really much of a bodybuilder, like I've been saying. So, everybody just wants to see muscle. Nobody wants to see heavy lifting. It's crazy. Alright, so now we have 3 sets of 3 at 235. So we'll have to drop some of this weight. Back plates. Make 235. Big back and shoulders. Back. I would say personally, I would probably agree with. Shoulders. I don't know. I don't really specifically target shoulders like I used to. Whatever I have is, I guess, what I've developed a long time ago. My biceps suck. If I had to rate myself or, you know, decide what body parts I was really good at, you might be right? Because I think my shoulders are like kind of big, and it just makes my bicep look like so small. Like I have no peak because tricep and shoulder. But I think that's just like a powerlifting thing. Right, like we're using shoulders and we're using triceps a good amount. Can you show them? Well, I can't just flex the whole time, right? Like, we got stuff to talk about and we got work to put in. Lifting shirtless. I think we do it, you know, organically, or we do it naturally some sessions when it's hot. So it'll just have to be, you know, a normal everyday viewer, and you will see eventually. All right, so we got 2 more sets here. Well, I am sipping on some coffee because my pre-workout wasn't quite enough. Since we got started a little late today, and then some, you know, just some Gatorade. Get the tubs of powder, and then I put like some light amount of Gatorade powder in for a carbohydrate source and, you know, hydration a little bit during the workout. Not that carbohydrate source during a strength training workout is probably going to make a difference. But I do enjoy sipping on something other than water. Yo, Clovis, what's up? Welcome in. Show us how strong you were. Yeah, you know, it all depends on goals, right? Like for me, the effort and like dedication I put into is going to be reflected by how much weight I can lift, not necessarily what I look like, but that's also a plus of strength training. But yeah, you know, that's an idea. Sub goal. Some people might like that. They can have their heyday with it. Alright, so what set are we on here? I think this is set 3. Last set then? Why does it feel so off today? Very easy. Very easy. Alright. Yeah, definitely. I would say that'd be putting it exactly. So the goal is to get stronger, but you know, of course, a byproduct of strength training and powerlifting is you're gonna, you know, improve your body composition, build some muscle. And some blocks, you know, I might be a little bit more oriented towards building muscle because typically increased muscle mass is a surrogate to getting stronger. So they kind of intertwine, I would say. But also, I think that's sort of where I fit into the mix, right? You know, if people just wanted to pop on Twitch and look at, muscle, like really aesthetic bodies, there are plenty of streamers, I'm sure, that have, better aesthetics and more muscular than I am. So, um, and that's perfectly fine too, right? If that's what you like watching and that's what is entertaining, then I can refer people to those really good streamers that have the super nice bodies. No problem taking up the space with what I think, I best fit at, and letting the others do do that stuff. YS Atlas, hello, welcome in for the first time. Welcome in for all things, fitness, powerlifting, strength training, pain, injury, rehab related, the combination of all those. I'm a chiropractor, so I can kind of give some good information on that. But credentials alone doesn't always mean that people are saying good things, accurate things. I try to keep up on the research a lot to really tailor things to the individual and just stay up to date. And thank you for the follow, Atlas. Good to have you in. Welcome to the community. Like to gift another sub, bro? Well, that is all on you. Like I said, no pressures ever. Whatever I do get, we'll just typically go back into improving the streaming experience or the viewing experience. That is. All right, so we're all done with the bench portion now. I think from here we're gonna clean up the weights and get prepared for next bench session, and then do a couple other exercises. And then after this workout, I think a long overdue game stream is on the way. We'll do our daily Final Fantasy 14 like duties, and then maybe we swap over to Star Ocean. Not quite sure yet. Showing back and shoulders for us? Well, I mean, like, I have been showing the shoulders. Not really a better way for that. It is what it is. Oh yeah, let's of course ask questions. Once you're in here enough, you'll realize that I will repeat. Like, if anybody has any questions, comments, suggestions, drop it in the chat. Like, just over and over. You'll probably get sick of hearing that. That's the whole point of me doing this. Spread some good information along the way. What games do I play? Okay, I'll answer that first. So, we've been playing. First off, we really like. I really enjoy MMOs. Uh, it's been kind of a dry year for MMOs, though, right? Like there was a lot that was announced to release this year, and they've like been complete duds or were delayed, right? So Protocol was delayed. Throne and Liberty was delayed. Throne and Liberty was actually the one that we were super hyped for because it looked really fun to play and it looked really fun to watch. And I was actually going to go very hard on, of course, playing the game, but also streaming it. Like it probably would have almost been like a daily thing. They dropped the ball on one of the tests, and it wasn't looking too good. But they have made a lot of changes. So I think we still have faith that it might turn out to end up being really good. But until then, we've been playing Lost Ark. So I basically played Lost Ark since day one. I went pretty hard, but now I'm kind of in a position where I kind of like to just branch off and like not spend so much time and effort into one game. Uh, but really, we play all genres. So we'll play some single player RPGs along the way. Uh, shooters. We don't really stream. Like I don't think we've ever streamed a shooter though. So I would say we primarily stream the workouts, and then occasionally we'll do some game streams. We have been just trying to build up the follower base that also prefers to watch the game streams because historically the game streams don't do as good as the workout streams. That's completely fine, right? That's just what I've observed. So eventually we'll get more people in here that like seeing both, and then that really might incentivize me to do the game streams too. But we do like to get them in every once in a while to fill in the gaps, because we can only do workout streams on like 2 to 3 times a week is about what it's been. I've been pretty consistently at 3 times a week though, so it has been nice. We still got the music going here. But yeah, if anybody wants to see anything in specific, I am gonna start polling games that people want to watch on Discord. Yes, you beat me to it. We have come up with a kind of scuffed Discord that we're still, really trying to iron out. But we just haven't quite gotten it, really looking good yet. I'll go ahead and post the link in the chat for people to join. And that link should still work. Somebody will have to let me know. But yeah, people can give me feedback there. They can share their thoughts. They can answer the polls. That way, when I do stream a game, I know it's something that people want to watch and I have good reception. And then it's also just more opportunity for people to ask me, questions or my thoughts on specific, health or, fitness related topics. So even when I'm game streaming, it doesn't have to be just about games, ask me anything. Pop in, hang out. Thanks for all the follows. Appreciate that. Alright, so we're gonna do just a little bit of pec flies. It's nothing super heavy. And to be honest, they're pretty easy. But I think incorporating them in has kind of made the pec and shoulders like less frequently, like, kind of cranky on occasion. Just moving slightly differently than I usually would in my powerlifting regimen. So this is going to be a little bit on the boring side, but we'll get in some, let's see, bicep curls and tricep extensions. And then we might call it there so we can get on with some gaming. Perfect. Yep, thanks for joining. We need to get more people in there so they can put their input out. Because like I said, you know, there's tons of different things that, like, a lot of different genres that I don't mind playing, so and it's probably stuff I'll play anyways, so whatever you guys want to watch, you know, pretty much works for me. Oh, you know, I didn't even mention, you know, I do some gacha gaming, some mobile gaming, but by no means am I like a big spender or anything like that. Generally, I'm like free to play, just try to optimize and be as efficient as possible, or light spending. Like, you know, those $1 to $2 packs that you buy whenever a game comes out or when you first start playing. Yeah, those are in my pay range. So I think following this, we'll be diving into some Final Fantasy XIV. If you popped in after I mentioned that, and then potentially the Star Ocean remake. We played for a very short time, a couple days ago, but looking forward to getting into it. I've also been anti World of Warcraft for like many years, but not gonna lie, the WoW Classic Plus is looking kind of enticing for me right now. I might have to get into the Classic Plus, but we'll see. That'll probably be a decision I make, like split decision on the fly. Strategy simulation game, StarCraft 2. Nice, okay. I don't think I'm built like that. Like, I've seen some StarCraft players and their APM is just like crazy. But I'm trying to think of anything that I played that was like that. We actually used to play a lot of Age of Empires, like, as a family. That was an interesting one. Which is like sort of. Hey yo, Clovis, thank you for the gifted sub. My man, I appreciate it. Casual survival games. Okay, yeah. Here's the gifted sub. Well, I appreciate it. Like I said, no pressures. Gotta lurk for now, though. Alright, well. Hopefully you'll be back for some gaming later. yeah, I mean, as of right now, it's been Lost Ark, and then we're trying to spend some time playing something else. So we started Final Fantasy. Well, we didn't start Final Fantasy 14, but we returned to Final Fantasy 14 to get caught up. You know, obviously, so we're not super behind for the new expansion. Maybe WoW Classic Plus at the end of the month. And then some gotchas on the side. Right now we're enjoying Reverse 1999. Believe it or not, I actually got into some Epic 7 that I never really dove super deep into. But like this time around, I like am like very into it. Ever Crisis, the Final Fantasy 7 mobile game. So, Honkai Star Rail. So, I mean, if people in the community like the gacha gaming, we might revisit it at some point, but I think I streamed it quite some time ago, and I don't know, I don't think there was a lot of people that were super into the gotchas. Appreciate that, Clovis. I will mention though that most of well, not most of it, but all of the game streaming will just be on Twitch exclusively. YouTube is mostly just the workout stuff, and it matches why I created the YouTube. You know, I do some exercise or rehab tutorials. Eventually, I like to cover more in-depth topics, live stream, and then sometimes I'll upload like my lifts on there. Also, some pretty like exciting news is my brother got back from like an event and he got a free Yamaha mixer that he doesn't think he's really going to use, so we might be able to mess around with that, which I think will be super cool. I could definitely get some use out of a mixer. What's funny is I think Boston just recently subbed and he also gifted subs. So it's kind of funny that, you know, it came back full circle and he was the one that got the gifted sub. Very cool. All right. So now we're going to dive into some tricep extensions. We'll probably stick with the 15s on tricep extension. It's going to be very light, but I have been having a little bit of elbow discomfort. Has been lingering. And since we're on our deload week, we'll just make sure that it's extra light. Just get things moving, get some blood flow going. some curls. Should be very light as well on curls. Yeah, it's very light. But yeah, the goal is to really improve the, I would say we still gotta work on the lighting just a little bit, but I think I know how to fix it. I just need to get the right thing. Then I'd like to just get some, like, decorative type things for the background. Alright, so we finished our coffee, so it made it through the workout, and then it'll, probably keep us from slumping over a little bit on the game stream, because I don't know, I was not feeling it going into this workout. I definitely needed all the caffeine. Recently started streaming? No, I think it's probably been about, I don't know, 8 to 9 months of the workout stream. I would say that's probably a fair guesstimate. But early on, we weren't really able to get as many days per week on the workout streams. We were really only, pushing 1 to 2. So 2 was kind of the max. And now we're averaging 3, which I'm really happy about. But we definitely got to get more game streams going. Get more people in the community that likes to work out and also play games. Oh, yeah, we're definitely a Twitch streamer newbie still. Don't let the duration fool you, because there's a lot of stuff that I still need to learn. Which is another good reason for the Discord, right? Like, definitely any suggestions, or especially if people know how to do those things, that helps me out too. Yeah, anyway, it's really about improving and optimizing all the stream at this point. That left shoulder vein is going crazy. Well, the Discord is very new, so on stream, I haven't really gotten any game suggestions. But like I said, that's sort of why I was getting the Discord going, so that people could, put their input in the Discord. Even if I gave like a list, people could sort of like narrow it down for me. But yeah, I'm open to anything. Like I said, I always am asking if there's any questions, comments, suggestions. So like I said, this year they really dropped the ball, I think, on the in terms of the MMO department. But there's been a lot of really good single player games and stuff that have been on the horizon. We played Wild Hearts for a good bit whenever that came out. We got the new Star Ocean. I know there's the Super Mario RPG that's releasing in a couple weeks. What do you do for your legs? Well, I do a lot of squatting, a lot of deadlifting, right? As a power lifter, I need to get those in. Other than that, we do a lot of like split squats, Bulgarian split squats. Leg extensions are going to be great too. But I think you have to sometimes tweak the programming on leg extensions. So I'm doing like IO sets or drop sets, right? So you're doing like 12 reps. You're only resting 15 to 30 seconds, but you're dropping like a weight, or you're dropping you go a pin up on the machine, and then you're hammering another, 12, 14, and then you do it again. So drop sets on leg extensions. Or really, I mean, that's it. We do barbell Romanian deadlifts pretty consistently. Yeah. I would say split squats are going to be where the money is at. Split squats are great for leg development. And then leg extensions. Leg extension machine, I mean, I'm not quite sure there's really something much better in terms of directly targeting the quad muscles. It's all about progressive overload and good programming, though. Really challenging, like different rep schemes. So for maybe a block or two, it might be sets of 10, but then the next block you're doing sets of 7, and by that week 4, you're getting good challenging weight on. Really surprising yourself, most likely. That's the good thing about alternating rep schemes, is you start off that period like not really knowing roughly where you're at. So it might be a little bit lighter that week 1 or 2, and then next thing you know, you're like, oh wait, I can do all this additional weight, and you're lowering the pins, you're maxing out the machines. I think there's just a psychological aspect of knowing where you're at, and then you're setting the bar there, right? Versus you alternating the rep schemes and kind of having like a fresh perspective and like really being able to push it, I think is very important in terms of progressive like overload. If you're always doing sets of 10, like you're gonna know, like, okay, I know this for sure is the weight that I will get that number of reps. There's no way I could get any more than that. Oh, maybe what if you could? So there's like that expectation portion of things. That can, so yeah. Not saying that it's like gonna make a huge deal, but I do think that it's often like a aspect or perspective that people maybe don't give as much credit to as maybe they should. All right. Well, I think we're finishing up the workout portion. So if anybody has any last minute questions, feel free to drop them. From here, for any new viewers, I do my workout streams downstairs, but my gaming streams I actually do upstairs. So I technically have to close out the stream. I think you can still hang out in here, just until I go live again. But we do have to get everything set up upstairs, and then go live all over again. So whatever is easiest. But we'll chill out here, maybe a minute or two more, see if anybody has any last minute, and then I will go ahead and end things and get set up upstairs real quick. I think we've probably about, addressed all of the questions, so get all finished up here. Make sure my earbuds get back upstairs so I don't forget them at the gym. Alright, we are all set and cleaned up. So we are going to go ahead and end things and then set up upstairs and then go live again for a little bit of gaming. Peace, everybody. Thanks for the support on the workout stream. Thanks for the subs. Thanks for the follows. Really appreciate it. And looking forward to continue to grow things and ultimately be able to get some more stream time, some more FaceTime on here. Peace. And I'll be back for some gaming for anybody that just popped in. Sky, welcome in. First chatter. We're finishing up, but we're about to go back upstairs and go live again. Welcome in for all things fitness, rehab, pain, injury.